Hi, boys and girls. Mrs. Hanson here. I hope you're ready for Mrs. Hanson's story time. So, today I am going to read Railroad Hank. And I know I have a friend in my class who loves trains, so I hope he gets to see this. Hi, Noah. So, we're going to read Railroad Hank today. So, Railroad Hank, let me move this a little bit so you guys can see good. It is by Lisa Mosier, illustrated by Benji Davies. Let's see what Railroad Hank is all about. We got chickens and cows and fish. Oh my. Railroad Hank and his fine little train rolled down the track. I'll never get used to this, showing these. Chugga, 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 woo, woo, woo. How is my train? Pretty good? Railroad Hank stopped at Happy Flat Farm to talk to Missy May. "I'm heading up the mountain to see Granny Bet," said Railroad Hank. "She's feeling kind of blue." So what does it mean when you feel kind of blue? It means you're kind of sad, right? "A plate of scrambled eggs always perks me up," says Missy May. "Take some of my eggs to Granny Bet." Railroad Hank rubbed his chin. "But where do you get eggs?" "From my hens, of course," said Missy May. "Okie dokie," said Railroad Hank. Says Happy Flat Farm, eggs for sale, by the dozen. Do you guys know how many a dozen eggs are? How many eggs are in a dozen? 12. A dozen means 12. So he's got all those hens about to lay some eggs for him, huh? "Wait!" yelled Missy May. "Take the eggs, not the hens." Chugga, 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 woo, woo, woo. Uh-oh. He's got all the hens and no eggs. Railroad Hank stopped at Dandelion Dairy to talk with Country Carl. "I'm heading up the mountain to see Granny Bet," said Railroad Hank. "She's feeling kind of blue." "A glass of creamy milk always makes me feel better," said Country Carl. "Take some of my milk to Granny Bet." Railroad Hank rubbed his chin. "Where do you get the milk?" "From my cows, of course," said Country Carl. Uh-oh. Railroad Hank is a silly goose. "Okie dokie," said Railroad Hank. "Wait!" yelled Country Carl. "Take the milk, not the cows." So now he's got all the hens and a cow. Chugga, 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 woo, woo, woo. Railroad Hank stopped at Fish Jump Pond to talk to Reelman Sam. "I'm heading up the mountain to see Granny Bet," said Railroad Hank. "She's feeling kind of blue." "A sizzling pan of fresh fish always tickles my toes," said Reelman Sam. "Take some of my fish to Granny Bet." Railroad Hank rubbed his chin. "Well, where do you get the fish?" "From my pond, of course," said Reelman Sam. Uh-oh. "Okie dokie," said Railroad Hank. Look at, he's got barrels full of the pond. Look at Reelman Sam. He's like, "Oh my geez." "Wait!" yelled Reelman Sam. "Take the fish, not the pond." Chugga, 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 woo, woo, woo. Railroad Hank stopped at Applesauce Hill to talk with Cinnamon Cobbler. "I'm heading up the mountain to see Granny Bet," said Railroad Hank. "She's feeling kind of blue." Miss Hanson's holding it kind of low, huh? Sorry, friends. Whoop, whoop. "And a crunchy red apple always sweetens my day," said Cinnamon Cobbler. "Take some of my apples to Granny Bet." Railroad Hank rubbed his chin. "But where do you get the apples?" "From my trees, of course," said Cinnamon Cobbler. "Okie dokie," said Railroad Hank. "Wait!" yelled Cinnamon Cobbler. "Take the apples, not the tree. So he's got some cows, he's got some hens, he's got some trees, and he's got the water from the pond. Chugga 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 woo woo woo. Railroad Hank chugged up and up that mountain to Granny Bet. We heard you were feeling blue, and everyone sent something to help, said Railroad Hank. He threw open the train doors one by one. Chickens squawked, cows stampeded, water sloshed, and apples rolled. Yeah, Granny Bet does look kind of blue. We got a mess going on here, don't we? Granny Bet looked at all the chaos. She hooted and snorted and slapped her leg. She shook until her bonnet slid sideways and her shoelaces popped. Holy smokes! Granny Bet, cried Railroad Hank, are you still blue? Oh, no, said Granny Bet, giggling. I'm right dandy. What fixed you? Said Railroad Hank. Was it the eggs or the milk or the fish or the apples? It was you, said Granny Bet, and all the friends you bought to visit. Now let's have a friend celebrating. Glad you came. I'm all better now kind of day. Okie dokie, cheered Railroad Hank, and he threw his hat in the air. See, they all came coming after Railroad Hank because he took all their stuff. So Granny Bet thinks that they all came to visit her. But now she's not blue anymore. Look at her dancing around. So look, now they're all dancing. Granny Bet and Railroad Hank. The hens. We got apples and water, chickens. Hens and cows. As the sun set, Railroad Hank helped everyone find a seat in this fine little train. What a wonderful surprise, said Granny Bet. Now I'm just going to sit and relax and dream all about the fun we had. Railroad Hank rubbed his chin. But where do you sit and relax? On my porch swing, of course, said Granny Bet. Okie dokie, said Railroad Hank. Oh, there he goes. Chugga 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 woo woo woo. So he put the swing right there for Granny Bet to relax on the back of his train as they go back into town. So what did you guys think? Did you guys like that story? So we read Railroad Hank, and we got to see what Railroad Hank did to make Granny Bet become happy so she wasn't blue anymore. So he took the hens, he took the cows, he took the water from the pond, and he took the trees. And after that, all the people went along right with him and they cheered up Granny Bet, huh? So I hope you guys like that story. I liked reading it to you, and I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Bye, guys.